What's going on YouTube? Landon Huffman here, back with another video. Really appreciate you guys clicking on today's upload. Got some cool stuff in store for you. Got a really cool announcement that we're going to talk about in this video that if you follow me on Twitter, you've probably already seen. But today we're going to work on the prolate. We're actually going to work on straightening up the front end from when it was banged up the last time it raced. Try to get all the body back in order to where I can put it back together. And then we'll get ready to set the motor in it, see where she's at, and go from there because I've got a prolate announcement in this video. So stay tuned. I really appreciate you guys being here, and enjoy the video. Quick update on Frankie. She is on the ground right now. We have our little spacers in the front just so we can jack it up. Had to cut the jack stop opening out on the side skirt just so we can get the jack and under it at the track. So I'm not super big on the huge gap in the skirt, but that's how we used to run it all the time. So that's how we're going to leave it. That way nobody rips the whole damn side off of it at the racetrack. Now, for our project today, as you can see, I've already got this bumper bar bolted back into it. It's not super tight yet, but I have it in here where I'm going to need it in order to straighten this part out with the porta power. So I got to run down to Dad's shop and get the porta power. We're going to see what we can do to straighten this bumper bar back out. This hood pin bar is in no way, shape, or form salvageable, so I'm just going to take the hood pins out of it and then try to straighten these bars back up. Same with these support bars, and get them to where I can I'm going to cut that piece off of there, but get those cleaned up and straightened up to where I can get it back together like it's supposed to go. Then we will get our radiator, set it in, and I've got the fender, right front fender, and the right side door to where we can get it lined back up. Try to get it all back together, and yeah, then it'll be ready to finish the wiring, which is basically done. There's some brake lines and stuff that we have to rerun, but as far as rear end and all that stuff goes, we've checked it, and yeah, we're not far from actually getting this thing ready to rock and roll. So as far as a plan for an engine, Jason Smith, who owns Frankie, Jason Smith Racing, he has a 604 crate motor, and he's going to allow me to use it in the prolate. So that's the plan as of now. Once we get ready to set the engine down in it, he'll be bringing it over. We'll get it ready to rock and roll, and yeah, it'll be a 604 crate. So in theory, I could run it in Carolina Pro Late Model Series. Could also race it in the Cars Tour Pro Late division now, being that it's a 604. So there's some options there. Or I could take it to Nashville, Pensacola, stuff like that. For now, we're just going to focus on getting it on a track and competitive acreage, which leads me into my next topic, and that is, dark over here, and that is the announcement for today. So I'm going to put the graphic up on the screen right now, and you guys are going to see it for the first time. So those of you that have been watching my channel for a minute, you guys know who Travis Moonhead Brown is. Travis Brown, we call him Moonhead. He's a Twitch streamer like myself. Got a pretty big following on social media and on the Twitch platform. He's big in the iRacing community.
Behind him, 4 wide out of turn 2, Gibson leads this crazy-ass pack. Holy shit! Here comes Cattell. Big block from Gibson. Oh, son of a bitch! What a wreck! What a wreck! Holy shit! I don't know who went to the lead. Oh my God! Cole Freilich to the lead. Into the tri-oval. Here comes Frisch up to the high side. Goes he sideways. They're beating. They're banging. Frisch got it.
And we have put together some money for Travis to make his real-world debut in my Pro Late model. So Travis is going to drive the number 37 Huffman Racing Pro Late model entry in the Carolina Pro Series at Hickory Motor Speedway on August 6th of this year. So I'm really excited about that. We've got plenty of time to get this baby rocking and rolling. I don't know what's going to happen. Travis might bend that bitch before we even get to the racetrack. I have no idea. But that's the plan. I'm really excited. Let's get it straightened in this front end. Also, what a beautiful day here in North Carolina. About to hop in the Corolla right down to Dad's shop here, get our porta power, and a few other things to straighten this out. To check while I'm down here at Dad's shop is I do have a transmission for a 604 Chevy crate in here. It was my transmission that I ran in my late model back in like 2015. I'm pretty sure we still have it in the shop. So I'm gonna look for that. And yeah, we're gonna look for that too while we're down here. Because I do need a transmission, I gotta have a bell housing, and I gotta find me a clutch. While I'm down here, I wanted to show you guys this. My dad found it on Facebook Marketplace, and we've been needing one incredibly bad. We got us an Intercop Spring Raider, and I am so freaking pumped about this thing, dude. It's in really good shape. I think it only had like one piece that was a little bit broken that Dad's trying to fix on it. But yeah, we finally got us a nice Spring Raider so that we can change our coilover stuff a lot easier, being that's what Frankie is. And it's just gonna make our life so much easier. Instead of having to go through all that trouble to change springs on each shock, now we've got a Raider. We can tell exactly what each one rates at each load. So I'm pretty pumped about it. So making moves here at Huffman Racing, baby. So right here is our transmission. So that's a good thing. We've got that. I'm not gonna take it up there just now because there's really no point in me bringing it up there until we get the engine ready to be put in. So good thing is we got a transmission. Well, Dad's porta power is gone, but Grandpa had one. Don't know if this thing's gonna work or not, but we're gonna put her to use and see. So dial this thing in, see if we can push it out, see how bad it actually is bent. I think if I just put it on that horn, come out to here, push on this where it got knocked in, it should push it right out. As far as the height goes, I don't think our height's off. I don't think it was bent up or down. It looks pretty straight. I think it's just this part and this little horn area on the bumper bar. So it's straightening up right here, and I think the bending up is fine. It'll come back down. But it's straightening this up, which is good. I mean, we're bending our bumper bar there in the middle, but I'm not really worried about that. Almost got it pushed back out. And for what we're gonna use it for, obviously that's not the greatest, but I mean, for a bumper bar, I'm really not worried about it. As long as we just get it back to where it needs to be, where it's not all bent up. That's almost back straight, so we're close. All right, so I got this thing cleaned up a little bit. I just wanted to take those pieces off. I'm gonna have to do the same thing on that one. Cut the brace off of this hood pin bar since we're not gonna use it. And see if I can straighten this baby out now. And then I'll clean it up some more. Got this one cleaned up and straight, so at least for now. I'm gonna get this thing cut off of this hood pin bar. Then we'll get these hood pins out and go from there. So our bumper rods, which is what we just straightened, they'll go just like this out here to our front bumper. Same thing over here, like so. So for now, we're good there. I'm not gonna really know on the height of the bumper bar until I get a nose, because that's one of the only body pieces that I don't have. So we're just gonna leave that where it's at. I'm gonna get the hood pins off of that thing and kind of figure out all of my bolts and stuff as far as the front end goes. And then we will wipe down the body with that lacquer thinner. Our salvageable hood pin bolts are out. So we'll use those. I also have one hood pin left on that bar. The bar itself is junk. So this is basically trash here. That hood pin's bent all to shit. We'll lay her over here with the scrap metal for the time being. So I think all my nose stuff's gonna work. I just got to get a nose so I can make sure everything's lined up, and then you know, that'll tell me what's bent, what's not bent as far as this front end assembly goes, and then we'll go from there. Ductwork and stuff, I'll be able to use that radiator. There's nothing wrong with it that I know of. that was working last time it raced. So I'm going to use that. I can't really tell anything else on these bars until, like I said, I take that next step. So I'm just going to wipe this body down, see if, so there's, like I said, there's a bunch of residue. Here, I'll show you. So I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera. I think you can. Just a bunch of like nasty residue where the decals were left on it since it had raced last. I'm going to try to take this lacquer thinner right here and get all that off of there. Because all this body doesn't even need to come off. As far as before we get back together. And then I'll do the same on the right side, and we'll be able to put, you know, assemble it, get the nose mounted, and then we'll be ready to go through all this stuff. Oh yeah, take a lot of elbow grease. I'm gonna have to sit here and mess with it for a while, but I think the lacquer thinner is gonna take it off. I could get like some Goo Gone or something like that, but honestly, lacquer thinner works just fine. And if I hurt the paint a little bit, it's not a big deal. Just gonna have to wipe it all off and then go back over it 400 times. Goo Gone may work better. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think of the 37 number font that we're using for this car. Again, I'm using 37 because my dad raced 37 in the Goodies Dash series for so many years, and he won a lot of his championships, and I felt like, you know, being I don't own Frankie, I still run 75 because that's my number. Dad won championships and a lot of races in 75 too, but 37 has some sentimental value, obviously, for my family, and since I own this car, and technically it's the first car that Huffman Racing owns racing back out of this shop, I thought it'd be cool to be 37. So let me know in the comments if you like 37, or if you like the font, or if you feel like we should change it. Let me know in the comments. Honestly, there may be an opportunity for me to race the Pro Late before Travis actually races it, being that his race isn't until August. So we'll see. Depends on how much progress we make on it between now and then. Obviously, opening night at Hickory is literally a week and a half away. So next Saturday night, we'll be in action at Hickory Motor Speedway. Make sure you guys mark your calendars for that. It will be on Flow Racing. If you have a Flow Racing subscription, you will be able to watch all the action at Hickory Motor Speedway. So I'm super pumped about that. Also, one quick thing about merchandise. We completely sold out of our Huffman Racing retro logo tees. So big shout out to you guys for that. Everyone that bought one, you should have already received your shirt, or it will be there within the next day or two. So thank you guys for all the support on that. I have 2 badass shirt designs for Frankie. So 2022 shirt designs that are coming your way as well. And other than that, guys, that's a quick update on the Pro Late. I'm going to try to get more done on it tomorrow, being that I don't have to do that much on Frankie. And this Saturday, I will be testing at Hickory with Jason in the limited car. So we'll have the other car out. We might be pulling double duty on opening night. Jason being in the limited, of course, me running the late model stock car. So I will hopefully do a vlog with that, and I'll keep you guys rolling. Channel's growing like crazy. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's try to get 350 likes on this video, or 300. Let's shoot for 300. 300 likes on this video. I think we can do it. Other than that, thank you guys again. I really appreciate the support. Hope you guys have a fantastic morning, evening, night whenever you're watching this, and I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm out.